Hey everybody, it's Doug Schaff with Remax Oceanside and MakeMaineYourHome.com. In this episode of the Make Maine Your Home podcast, I'm going over to see Joe Stinson with Stinson Company Pawn Shop. It's over on Forest Ave in Portland. I'm really excited to go talk to him. He's got some cool stuff in his shop. He knows a lot about it. He loves history. He's been on the TV show Pawn Stars a few times. So I'm just excited to hear his story and learn more about his shop. So let's do this. All right, guys. Hey, I made it over to see Joe Stinson at Stinson and Company Pawn Shop?
Correct.
Okay. Stinson and Company Pawn Shop. We're at 337 Forest Ave here in Portland, Maine. This shop is wicked cool. I'm super excited to talk to Joe. But hey, man, thanks for having me.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it. So before we get into this awesome shop and all this cool stuff that you have, let's learn a little bit about you.
Right.
Where are you from?
I'm from Portland, born and raised.
Geez, that's easy.
That's easy.
Yeah. Where in Portland did you
East
go?
Deering, right on Veranda Street. My parents had a bakery, Stinson's Bakery.
Oh, nice.
In the early 70s.
Yeah.
They owned that for 20 years.
Now, bakery, breads or cakes? Or
Breads, cakes, pastries, donuts.
the whole 9 yards?
Like a home bakery.
No, that's cool.
Yeah.
So that's a cool family. So you were kind of raised in like, hey, let's,
I was raised in a bakery.
We're a business.
Yeah, I smelled like a jelly donut for many years.
Yeah, nice. So did they put you to work, growing up?
Yeah.
Just
I
like
was 7, 8 years old working.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you got the power of good old-fashioned hard work right from a young age.
The dishes need to be washed.
Yeah. Got to get it done. So that's interesting. Yeah, what was that like? I mean, you go to school, come home, work at the bakery.
Yeah.
Was that basically the life?
Yeah, work. After school, before school, get down there because sometimes I may slack off and not do the buttercreams or the cake decoration.
Yeah.
I'll do it early in the morning before school and
Sure.
No, all that stuff.
That's cool. That's cool.
But it was cool.
Yeah.
Taught me a lot.
Yeah, I bet. So how long did your parents own that? Is it still
years.
around?
No, 20 years.
Yeah.
And because I got more into rock and roll and the hours in a bakery,
Yeah.
they're not very
Doesn't
good.
fit with the
Doesn't fit with playing late night.
You got to get way up,
no.
way too early. I totally understand. That's right. We were talking before we come on here, rock and roll. So right out of like school and stuff, did you go? Was it right into rock and roll? That was kind of.
I was about 16 when I started playing.
Yeah.
And I continued to play right up until 10 years ago.
Yeah. Fellow bass player here, rock and roll. So it's funny. Yeah, I just met Joe here, kind of talking about stuff, and we were in some bands. We probably played some shows together. Of course, this was 25 years ago. Geez. Yeah. Yeah, right. So let's go. Tell me a little bit about like the rock and roll life. Did you do tours and stuff like that? Or?
We played a lot.
Yeah.
3-4 nights a week.
That's like
and just went from Rhode Island, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, just wherever somebody wanted us to play.
Yeah, sure.
We would play.
You do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's super cool.
And we got to play with some cool bands over the years too.
Yeah, I bet.
Open up some idols of ours.
Yeah.
Which made it kind of cool.
What do you think was the coolest one? Like, what do you have the best memory of?
Oh, jeez. I was like Quiet Riot.
Really?
That was
you played
cool
with them?
One. Yeah, we played with them up in Bangor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin DuBrow was kind of a jerk, but all the other guys were fantastic.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's what I thought.
Quiet Riot. Sweet. So then in the middle of like the rock and roll stuff, like what'd you do for money? What'd you do for work
Baking.
and all that stuff?
I could still, there was a bakery on Brighton Ave, Piscopo's Bakery.
Yeah.
And Gary and Missy Piscopo were great people to work with.
Yeah.
And that way I could leave shows in 2 in the morning.
Right.
I'm going to work.
Yeah.
But no, they were great to work
Well,
with.
you got food too. You need food at that
and I knew how to do it. Yeah, working in the bakery, you got eggs, you got peanut butter, you got you could bring some stuff home.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right, that's okay. So you continued like to work and stuff. You did that. Yeah. Okay. So we'll fast forward a little bit into like this pawn world here.
Yeah.
Looking around here, this seems like I'm looking at it going, man, how do you know what all this stuff is?
Yeah, this is a lot of years.
So how did you get into like the pawn world?
I had a guitar player. I played with Jimmy Leonard.
Okay.
He used to be in a band called Cradle to Grave, and we got in a band together.
Remember Cradle?
Yeah, Cradle to Grave, and he owned
absolutely.
a pawn shop, Jimmy's Trading.
Yeah.
And he got me into this business. I was driving cab at the time.
Yeah.
And he got me into the pawn world, and I just liked the hustle of buying back and forth. Just as time went on, I just got tired of chainsaws, lawnmowers, power tools, and I wanted cooler things.
Yeah, gotcha.
And I'm a huge history buff. So antiques, it's history.
Yeah, gotcha.
So I got more into that, and I ended up working with the Sangelo family, that Twin City Gold in Biddeford. Another fantastic organization, great people. But Tom down there gave me the chance to learn, because he had the money to back me, and he believed in me. And go out and do what you have to do, and you'll learn it. So I worked with him for 10 years.
Under his wing and kind of
I learned 10 years because he's more of an introverted soul than I was. So I'll get out there, I'll learn this stuff. And he took me to conferences and flew me all over the country to learn this business.
Oh, wow.
Because I made him
a good
living too.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
So it gave me a chance to learn this stuff and also save my money so someday do it myself.
Right, sure.
And he paid me well, he was great.
So you kind of always had that in your mind, like, hey, I'm going to eventually.
I want to up my level. I want to be my own shop. I want to be my own man. I want to run it the way I think it should be run, instead of how someone else wants it run. Because I was just doing what he wanted.
Right.
And as long as I was making him money, they treated me great. I got a Harley Davidson for my Christmas bonus one year.
That's fantastic.
Where most of my friends were, I got a turkey from, from Hannaford.
I tell you a ham or something.
Never mind. What you get? No, I'm not telling you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I also got a turkey. That's funny.
A turkey and a Harley.
Right. So when he's teaching you the business and stuff, like what kind of things are you learning? Are you just learning about stuff, or are you learning are you out trying to find things? I mean, what's your
in this business? It's just like the TV show Pawn Stars. Yeah. It comes to you.
Okay.
And when it comes to you, everything has to prove itself to you. You can't just believe everything that someone tells you.
Yeah, sure.
I got a bell in the basement that some guy thought was on the jailhouse of Jesse James. You have pictures, you have provenance. You have to prove it.
Yeah.
To prove.
Right.
And if you don't,
you can't just say it.
You can't just say it. So once you get into that, and the devil's in the details, and you start to really look at things and how things wear and how things are and the quality and how it's constructed, it starts to teach you, that's cool.
Right.
And he taught me a lot of business, but a lot of this business was learned on my own doing.
Right.
I'd go home, sit on my computer, and just learn and just educate myself and go to auctions and antique shows and just keep learning, because the more knowledge I have, the more power I have.
The better you are. Yeah.
Because I can just go anywhere and go, that's money.
Right.
And I know the difference between pressed jewels and set jewels in a pocket watch.
Yeah.
That's another guy down there, an old timer, Ray, he's 87. Taught me a lot about coins, pocket watches. So you just surround yourself with the right people.
Right.
And you just keep learning from everything. And I still learn from people in here that aren't antique dealers that just tell me something new.
Right.
It just sticks.
Yeah.
And you just absorb everything.
Nowadays with the internet too, it seems like, I'm sure that's a huge
how
benefit.
you can't be a genius is beyond me now. It's all there.
If you need to look something up, you certainly can. You
sure can.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm always impressed. I mean, I watch the Pawn Stars somewhat regularly, and I'm always impressed with how much they just know.
Rick is a sharp guy. All his experts. He knows he knows the business. He knows a lot.
I'm always amazed. Like everything that comes walking through his door, and it seems like I'm assuming you're the same way to a certain extent.
Yep.
Just knowing. I'm really impressed with it. I mean, there's so many things.
People come in and give me gifts because of the knowledge I give them.
Yeah.
They just say, "You told me so much about this. I appreciate it."
Right.
Here, give me a little coin. Give me. I got a little ventilator from 1877. It's just cool little trinkets, but it's educating people.
Yeah.
And once you educate them, they feel so much better about. I know what it's worth. I know what it is. And with the internet, they can go home and do their own research and. All right, he's offering me fair money.
Giving you fair money.
Yeah, he's paying me $100 bills right now. There's no putting it on eBay.
They leave happy.
They leave happy. Packing, shipping, dealing with taxes. It's just you leave.
Right.
You sold it. It's done.
Off you go.
Yeah, and as long as people know that I have to make a living and I need to make money on it, other than that, I don't want it.
Right.
The only reason I'm buying it is because I'm going to make money.
You can make a buck.
Yeah. Some things I get a little geeked up about, but
yeah, sure. Well, that's it. Ooh, I want that.
Yeah. Mostly guitars.
We all have that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, I guess let's we'll get real simple here for a minute, like a pawn shop. There might be some people that don't even really know what the heck that is. You know what I mean? I'm sure they've seen it. I'm sure there's tons of people watching that have driven by this place 1,000 times. What is a pawn shop?
A pawn shop. The word pawn is Latin for pledge, and it's basically a collateral loan. Okay. So in a pawn shop, you can get a loan for something. Yeah. So if you have a nice wristwatch and you need some money to get you through the week, but you don't want to sell it, I want it back. My dad gave me this, I just need $1,000. You come in and you deal with me and I give you the money, put it in my safe, you come back and you pick it back up and pay me an interest charge and you walk out with it. Right. But pawn shops also buy, we sell stuff, we trade stuff. you know, I sell stuff out of my case. People pay me in gold.
Right. Yeah,
It's
why
still
not, right?
it's
Yeah.
still the stuff, but bartering, trading, it's just a place that you can just swap goods, sell goods, get rid of goods, or get a loan on stuff. I have plenty of people with small businesses that just need to make payroll for the week, and they come in and I always work with people.
That's it. Yeah, that's interesting.
As far as the interest rates, I fluctuate mine because most pawn shops charge you 25% a month.
Okay.
But with people, you know, you come back in a couple days, I'm 5%. You know.
Oh,
So you
yeah,
come in
sure.
and get $100, get you through the week. It's 105 to get your things back. You know,
Right.
you write them back.
Right. So you're not looking to gouge people for.
I'm not.
for
No,
those
I
quick
want
things. Yeah.
to continue the customer, the relationship between me and my customers.
Right.
And where a lot of pawn shops, they just want to make their money, the one-time deal, and move on.
Right.
And I've heard countless times about, you know, people telling me, you work with me. I have no problem working with anyone.
Right.
And I'll deal with, you know, the interest rate, because even 10% a week, when you make 10% a week,
Still not bad. Yeah.
that's
yeah.
good. That's good money.
Absolutely.
I can make
yeah.
$10 on 100.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, any day. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. So, just curious, like from percentage of your business, is it mostly on the loan side,
No,
or is it
no,
like
that's-
you're
that's
buying
maybe,
stuff and
maybe 20% of the business.
Oh,
Most
it
of the
is,
stuff
okay.
that I do is people are just selling it to me,
okay,
and a lot of times I even encourage them to take the loan out. That gives them the opportunity, if they do want to come back for it, if they're on the fence, they can come back for it.
Right.
And at the end of 30 days, if I don't see you, I don't chase you down, I don't call you, I'm not sending you to collection agencies. I just take the item.
it's just yours.
It's just mine now.
Right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I pay them the same whether it's a loan or it's an outright buy. It just gives them another 30 days that if something changes and they want it back.
Oh,
they
gotcha.
can
So
get it.
even if I came in and said, hey, you know, I'm selling this,
Yeah.
you know, so if within
Yeah.
30 days I said, no, I shouldn't have done
Yeah,
that,
you
I can
wanna
come back and get
Yeah,
it.
you can come back and get it. I'll
Okay.
work with anybody on anything.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So then buying stuff, so still everything's coming to you. You're
Yeah.
basically just, as people bring things in, hey, I want to sell this.
Yeah.
What are you seeing, where do you get most of your business from? Is people,
It's word of mouth business.
Yeah.
I've been doing this so long, you know, over 20 years in this business,
Right.
that you just get the reputation for, you know, fair and honest, and people trust you. And the way that I do my business is I show them the information. This is what the stuff sells for.
Yeah.
This is countless numbers of them. So if you have something that you think is worth $10,000 and I show you 20 items in the last year that have sold for $3,000,
yeah,
that's the current marketplace. Like real estate, you can't sell a house for $1 million when it's a $300,000 house.
I was just gonna say, like,
It's cost.
everybody thinks their house is more expensive than it really is.
Yeah.
So you probably deal with that a lot.
I deal
too.
with that a lot, and
Yeah.
it's deflating their balloon, and but it's just showing them the information and being straightforward with them and being transparent.
Right.
Transparency is everything in this business, so they don't walk away feeling like they got robbed or, you know, I just took advantage of them.
Right.
You can show them this is what the stuff sells for, and
Yeah.
my stuff is all listed online. You want to see what the item you sold to me, what I'm selling it for?
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
transparent.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Nowadays, it's so easy to find those things out.
It's so easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, my clientele being in real estate, you know, I get a lot of people that, like we talked about earlier, downsizing, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? They got, or unfortunately one of their parents passed away, you know, and
Yeah.
they end up having all this stuff. And I hear it all the time, like, they think all this stuff is worth, you know, tons of
Yeah.
money. Like, would you recommend that people just kind of bring in what they think is worth it, or is like a phone call a good way
The
to
best
do it?
place to start is to give me a call,
Yeah.
explain what you have.
Okay.
But through just simple pictures,
Yeah.
I can.
You can kinda say
I can see.
that-
Yep.
throw
yep,
that
yep.
out.
No. Or I have no problem with you walking in. There's no appointments needed. Just show up, put your stuff on the desk,
Right.
and we'll go over it.
Yeah.
And I'll explain to you what the stuff is. And I get people bringing me stuff, they don't even know what it is. And then when
Yeah.
I tell them, oh, that's cool. And even if they don't sell it to me, they walk up and do it. At least they know, and that they're, you know, got more knowledge than they had when they come in.
Yeah, sure.
And some people, I've explained to them how much money the things are worth, and it's just, put it away. It's not gonna go down in value. So if you don't need the money, you
Keep
now
it.
know that is
Keep it,
valuable.
hold on to it.
Hang on to it, and
Right.
it will go up, because I don't care if it's worth $3,000 today, and 3 years later, it's gonna be $10,000. I'll still pay the percentages I pay. I don't care.
You'll pay what
The
it's
money
worth.
is the
Yeah.
money. It's
Yeah.
academic. It's just numbers.
Right.
So if you want to hang on to it, put it in a safe box. I got plenty of stuff in safe deposit boxes that are just sitting there because they're great items.
Right.
And in this business,
And you know they're always
retirement,
gonna
I know
be
they're
around.
always good money.
Yeah.
Because even during that recession with that real estate, you know, bubble that burst, high-end items still sell.
Yeah.
You know, and all
Yeah, I
these
could
people
see
that were losing houses and their 401ks were going belly up on them. Rich people still had money. and they would pay for the nice stuff.
Yeah.
So if you had nice stuff, they will still buy it.
They'll still buy it.
I sold in the height of that recession 2 bases, $30,000 a piece.
Oh my, yeah.
And when I talked to the guy, I was like, boy, that's a great Christmas present for your wife. He's like, that's her birthday. I still got to get her the Mercedes. And people are losing.
So yeah.
People are losing
You're talking
everything.
to a clientele that are like, yeah.
Because I had no money.
They're going to spend money no matter what.
I had no money in a recession, and it didn't faze me because I was broke before it happened. I'm broke during it. I'm still broke. It was that middle class that really got hammered in it.
Sure.
And with their deals and the 80-20 loans and all this, it's a numbers thing, and you got to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because they're just pushing houses on people, and even when I was getting ready to buy a house, it just didn't sound right.
Right.
So I held off. I bought my house in 2008, which was a good time because it was going down, and I got a great deal on it.
Right.
Especially living in Portland.
That was the best time to buy. If you bought a house from 2008 to 2011,
I held on for
you're in great shape.
3 or 4 years and just said, no, I'll just keep saving my money, and the time hit. Now's the time to jump.
Yeah. Buy low, sell high. That's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah. So I think we got a good idea of the idea of the pawn shop business. Yeah. Is this also like if people just want to come and check stuff out?
People come just to take pictures with things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking around here going, man, this stuff is cool.
Yeah. Because where else can you go to?
This is awesome.
Take a picture with Babe Ruth's baseball glove.
Yeah.
Janis Joplin's harmonica and hat, and Jimi Hendrix's hat, and John Wayne's cowboy boots, and and people will come in. Can I take a picture with this? And I've had Red Sox World Series rings, and they come in, they put it on their finger, and snap some pictures, and it's just cool. Yeah. I had one guy earlier today walked in, he thought it was a museum. Yeah. He's kind of looking around, going,
"Oh, there's a ton of history in it."
Yeah, there's a ton of history, and no, it's for sale.
Yeah.
Because a lot of my art on the walls. It's right at the Museum of Art as well.
Oh yeah, sure.
Mine's for sale.
Right.
You can't buy them.
You can't buy them over there.
You can't buy it over there.
You can't here. Yeah. That's
Anne
fun.
Hardy. She's at the museum. George Hathaway's, Harrison Brown.
Yeah. It's amazing.
It's just cool stuff. And people have it, and people have it locked away, and a lot of people don't even know what they have is worth money.
Right.
And it's just hanging on the wall, and they're complaining how broke they are, and they got no money. They can't.
Yeah, and they might have thousands of dollars.
They have thousands of dollars sitting around, and they have no idea.
So if you're looking around your house and you're not sure, just give Joe a call. Yeah. Let's talk about some cool items though. Like, what do you think are like your specialties? I mean, what do you love getting in here?
I always love guitars.
Okay.
Guitars, amplifiers, cool old music gear because I'm an old gearhead.
Yeah,
so
sure.
I love that stuff. But anything historical.
Right.
I love history.
Yeah.
So if you Civil War swords and items like that are fantastic to me. Bronze statues, old town canoes, lamps, glass. René Lalique is one of my favorite glass makers.
Nice.
Same with Emile Gallet.
Yeah.
But it's cool stuff.
Yeah.
So when I get it, whether it's a Louis Vuitton purse or it's a guitar,
it's fun.
Still pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Some kid that grew up on the East End is now playing with all this expensive stuff.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when we were talking earlier, you mentioned a couple things. I mean, you've had some famous things here, from like you mentioned Babe Ruth's baseball and things like that. What are some other like really cool items that you've had in here that you can remember? And you mentioned you brought some things on Pawn Stars too, the show, right?
Yeah, I've been on 5 times now.
Yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, I went on once with Dominic Eggert and Son ship's chronometer that was used on the USS Powhatan, Gettysburg, and Lackawanna in the Civil War, and I had all the Navy records that went with it that showed that clock on those ships, exact times where they were. It had the whole history written down, so you knew exactly where it is. And without that clock, they can't navigate to be at that battle or the takeover or the peace treaty. You can't get there.
Oh wow!
The chronometer gets you longitude.
Yeah.
The sextants will get you latitude, and the chronometers will get you longitude.
Right.
And without it, you wouldn't get there.
Right.
You're lost at sea somewhere, and but those kind of things are really cool.
That's so cool.
I had one of Frank Sinatra's first tickets to his concert in Caesar's Palace because he was playing at the Sands for years. Howard Hughes bought it and said, "Cut him off. We don't want him drinking and mooching off us."
Oh right, yeah, sure.
So he ended up going. Carl Cohn was the big wig at the Sands, and he cut him off. And Frank got all upset at him and met him in a diner, flipped the table over, and spilled hot coffee on him. And people think Frank was a mobster. Carl Cohn was with the Mayfield Road crew, and he was a real guy. He got up and punched Frank right in the face and threw him out of the hotel. 2 hours later, with missing the caps off his teeth and bloodied up, Caesar's Palace, hooked him up. But he made 500 tickets. They're big bronze medallions, and they look like old ancient Roman coins. They had him with the little crown on, the little thorns, and he gave them to Sammy Davis Jr.'s and Dean Martins and Joey Bishops and all the big wigs of Vegas.
Yeah.
And it's just cool to have. That's one of the first. 500 people got these, and they were all pretty cool people.
Yeah.
That got those. You got to see Frank Sinatra's first show. That's kind of cool. But Marlon Brando's coat's coming up on Pawn Stars this season.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Charlie Chaplin's hat.
Yeah.
From the movie The Circus.
Right.
It's just.
You had that?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's just cool stuff to me.
Like how did something like that fall into your lap?
They just come see me.
They just come in.
They just come in.
And like these people are local here to Portland?
Local to Portland. I buy a few things like that Old Town Canoe. That guy was from Ohio. And he searched around but found me online because I have another one. And do you buy them?
Oh, and just started talking and whatnot.
And I started talking. He was going to ship it to me. And then he's like, I've never been to Portland. I hear it's beautiful. I talked him into coming. So him and his wife and his 2 kids drove here. And I paid him a lot of money for that canoe. So him and his wife and his kids had a great little vacation.
Right.
And they got to see Portland. And Portland's such a great city. That you can do anything in Portland.
Yeah.
You can go up the street and see Picasso's.
Yeah.
So
cool.
You can just see all the stuff. And eat in great restaurants and cool shops, and because of the buy local nature and the independent mom and pop shops that really make Portland a cool place.
Yeah.
Where we're not all franchised out and big billboards and
It's amazing.
It's just cool stuff.
That's why we love it. Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
why I stay. I've lived here my whole life. And I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm dying here.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. So you mentioned this canoe here.
Yeah.
How much is that worth?
$25,000.
Isn't that amazing? I couldn't believe that. When you told me that earlier, I was like, it's like making my jaw drop. I still can't believe it.
Yeah, and a lot of times, like the guy that I bought that from, his dad bought it from Shoyer's Sporting Goods in 1950s and just had it kicking around his house and had no idea that thing would bring $25,000, and that's why he drove.
I can't believe that.
I'm getting paid.
Yeah. He's like,
he's having a vacation, but a lot of this stuff that people have no idea is worth money.
Right. Like, where is that? I mean, what is that from? Were those like advertising pieces?
These are salesman samples, and they're built just like the originals. They're canvas covered, cedar ribs, everything. And the best craftsmen of Old Town Canoes would actually make the salesman samples. So when you come in to buy one, they would say, "This is what you're getting.
Yeah.
This is exactly what. It's just going to be 18 feet instead of 4 feet."
Yeah.
And you had to buy boxcar loads of them.
So you can just show them. Yeah.
Yeah. And you could just sample it and go, "This is what you're getting." But salesman samples in the old days were big, whether it was stoves or furniture and all that stuff. And
it's something small.
It's highly collectible to have those little miniature salesman samples. People go crazy for this stuff.
I bet. That's pretty cool.
It's a cool little thing to collect.
Yeah. I can see that.
So after having one, I wanted 2.
Yeah.
If one's good, 2's better.
Yeah. What are some other like cool items that you have around right now?
I just bought John Schneider's tuxedo from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Nice.
Yeah, Bo Duke.
Yeah.
I just got his. I got Glenn Campbell's shirt from the movie True Grit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you mentioned
I got that. I got John Wayne's cowboy boots, spurs, and his hat. That's pretty cool. Steve McQueen's leather jacket.
Yeah.
That's kind of a cool.
Right.
If you're an auto guy.
Oh yeah.
Steve McQueen's the man.
He's the man.
He's the man.
Yeah.
But cool stuff like that, and of course, the '58 Chet Atkins Gretchen guitar. Old Fenders. Murano glass, Emile Gallet, Pearpoint, puffy Pearpoint lamp.
Yeah.
Just anything under the sun, and I get
awesome.
everything. And one of the other things I just put in a frame over there is, I can't think of his name now. He was with the Mormon Church. Oh boy, not John Smith. But he was big on the railroad, of the Transcontinental Railroad.
Oh, okay.
But that's an item that someone found on top of some stuff, but it's an old canceled check.
Oh, neat.
Written out, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like,
so frame it up and all that stuff. Yeah.
So I just ended up finding a little frame for it, and we'll do some real research on it, and we'll get it out of here.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it seems like another cool thing about this shop is like, I mean, if you came in here every day, you're going to see
it changes
different stuff.
every day.
It's going to change all the time.
I just put away a whole floor full of stuff. It just keeps coming in, and I'd rather have stuff than money. So if you're the other way, you want money, I'll give you my money, you give me your stuff.
He'll give you money. That's the way it works. Yeah. That's awesome. So trying to think of if I think we've touched on a lot of stuff. If there's anything else, like, what else do you think sets you apart from some of the other guys?
The way I do business, the customer service, the interaction between the people.
Right.
Because I have people coming in here, I'm like a bartender where they tell you their life stories, because they do end up feeling comfortable with you. And with all the tattoos I have, I would always think the little old ladies in the antique world, or me being an antique dealer, they look at me a little different.
Yeah.
Once you start talking to them, it just goes away.
Yeah, sure.
I have one lady go, "Oh, you have tattoos?"
Yeah.
I got a lot of them, but but once you start talking about things and you have similar interest in things, and they just just go along with it, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, you're good, because I can tell what you're talking about, and I can see the passion. I mean, I can tell that you just love this stuff. I mean, that just pours out of you. So I can see people getting comfortable with you right away. That's awesome. So I think, what are the best ways to get in touch with you and all that kind of stuff? I mean, obviously, come in to see him, 337 Forest Avenue. Website? You got a website?
StinsonCompany.com.
StinsonCompany.com.
And you can call me on the phone, 805-1138.
Okay.
I'm here 10 to 5, Monday through Friday. I take weekends off because I'm not going to be a slave to the grind. I like to ride my motorcycle and play with my dog in the yard. But there's no appointments needed. Just show up with your stuff.
Stop in?
Stop in, yeah. We got a few things. If you got a whole house, we'll start with pictures and we'll discuss it, and we do house calls on the weekends.
Right, if needed.
If needed, yeah. But most people can just walk right in.
Yeah. It seems like, I mean, for some of you guys out there that might be looking at, downsizing, things like that, I mean, a quick phone call. Me and Joe met just through social media and stuff like that, and talking, and we kind of hit it off right away. And so he's a great guy. Seems good to work with. One thing that I liked, and maybe we could touch on this as kind of a last point. Almost right away when you and I first started talking was you're not afraid to tell people what things are worth, and being just upfront with people. And I thought that was great.
If it's crap, it's crap.
Right.
And there's no way to sugarcoat it.
Yeah.
It is what it is, and there's no way I can tell. If it's crap, I'm going to tell you this isn't worth anything. This is.
Right.
And if you want to hang on to it, I'm fine with that too. And I'll tell you the values of everything, where you don't need to go pay appraisals and stuff. And so many people want to get appraisals for their items, but if it's not worth a certain value, why bother?
Yeah.
Most people have $1,000 deductible, and if it's a $200 item,
right?
Why would you insure it? I can tell you what the thing's worth, and and that appraisals really don't give you any. You don't walk in and say, "Hey, this is $10,000 with this." No, appraisals for insurances, and that price doesn't isn't real.
Right.
But it's real hard.
That's a good point. So you could probably help out even better than some of those appraisers.
Yeah, because they're always going to bump it up. I see appraisals come in here all the time from this one local guy. I won't mention his name, but all of us antique dealers, we just look at him, just, oh God, this guy just. And little old ladies love it when you write, oh, that's worth $5,000. Ooh, grandma's quilt's worth $5,000. No, it's not worth $5,000. Yeah. Nobody cares about grandma's crazy quilt. No one cares. Maybe years ago, but not anymore. But just because you write a big number on a thing, doesn't mean that's what it's worth. Right. It's worth what it sells for.
Yeah.
And in this business, it's only worth what someone's willing to pay.
Yeah.
So I may have someone that wants to give me $4,000 for that, but I'm holding out for $6,000.
Right.
And sooner or later, someone's gonna. I'll pay $6,000 because where do you get another one?
Right.
And some of the items I have are that rare where you can't.
Yeah, they're not making more of this stuff.
No, it's just there is just so many.
Right.
Like I have one of the copies of the first ornamental copies of the Declaration of Independence by John Binns in 1817.
Yeah.
And there's only 100 of them. You want one?
Right.
I got one, but you're gonna pay me.
Yeah.
You're gonna pay me because this is a cool item.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is a cool item.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and that's the kind of stuff I get a charge out of, because a lot of people come in and they don't know these things are worth that kind of money, and when you do tell them, I'll give you $8,000 for this.
Holy crap! Really?
$8,000 is real money.
Yeah.
It changes a lot of things, especially if you're trying to put money for down payments of houses, or do kitchen remodels, or trying to improve your existing home so you can sell it to make 2 times on your dollar.
Right.
Because now the people don't have to do it themselves.
Right.
So it's just a great place to come to get the values of things, and if you sell, cool. If you don't, that's cool. I just like seeing the stuff.
Yeah.
I just like knowing it's out there and it's still hidden away, and I've had some pretty cool stuff that from right down the street, that ship's clock. It was sold in 1856. It got sold off in 1899 to a Japanese fishing vessel, and it ended up down the street on Pheasant Street.
Isn't that something?
And all the places all over the world that went, and it ends up here in Portland.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Yeah, just great.
And then in here.
And then out to Vegas, and now Rick and Pawn Stars has it.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Pawn Stars, I guess we were talking briefly about this, like the negotiations you see on the TV show. You know, if you watch the TV show, it's always this, you know, big ordeal.
Yeah, the haggle. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like it's like that. Like if somebody walked in right now, I mean, is it that type of haggle?
I give you the price that it is. That's it.
Right.
I give you my best shot, because I've always thought if you start at $500 and pay a guy $1,500, you just tried to steal $1,000.
Right.
So I pay you. This is my price.
Right. This is what it's worth. This is what I'm paying.
I always tell people, I'll give them every competitor I have. I'll give you their phone numbers. I'll give you their addresses. I'll give you directions. I'll tell you how to get them.
Right.
Go check it out. Yeah. And when you shop around and you come back going, oh yeah, you're $100 more. You're $200 more. Where I come from, $200 is real money.
Right.
So yeah, I have no problem giving everybody my competitors.
Right. The fair share.
And then once you start going around and you know.
And again, the internet too helps some with that.
The internet helps, yeah. I had one guy come in and called me a thief, thought I was trying to steal from him, walked out the door, called me every name in the book, and he comes back 2 hours later going, yeah, you have $200 more than everybody else, so I'll sell it to you. Oh. It's like, see ya.
Like, yeah.
You had your chance. You're going to lose $200 and learn a lesson.
Yeah.
Treat people decent. You can walk away and just say, no, I don't want to sell it.
Oh, yeah.
You don't have to call me names and think I'm stealing.
Yeah.
I didn't steal from you. The guy that sold it for you that much money, he's the one that got you.
Right.
Yeah, not me. It is worth what it is.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it is. So that's why I always tell people, just be polite and be respectful, and you get a lot out of that.
Yeah.
And that's how I treat my customers, with, you know, politeness and respect.
Yeah, I can see that.
It comes back tenfold.
Yeah.
Because people appreciate you being straightforward with them, being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It goes a long way.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, I always thought that those negotiations on pawn sales were kind of funny.
Yeah, it's all for TV.
Yeah.
It's for TV.
It's fun to watch.
It's fun to watch the back and forth. And
yeah.
Now, we all have we know what we're going to take for it.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't hit that number, like my Red Sox World Series ring, I think he was only like $2,500, and told me I couldn't get it sized up to a man size because it was a woman's ring. She was a trainer for the Red Sox. 2 weeks later, I got it sized up and I sold it for $8,500.
Isn't that funny? Yeah.
But I know the business. I know, you know, a lot of people may tell you certain things, but you do your own homework and you'll find out you can get anything done. I got that sized up for free from Jostens, and mailed back in a better box and a better display case, and the guy that bought it from me, he's happy, fits in his own ring, and hey, look what I got.
There you go. Yeah.
I got a Red Sox World Series ring.
Wasn't that funny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
Well, awesome, man. I think we're good. Unless you got anything else fun.
I got nothing.
No, good. Yeah, I think we covered a lot, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate
Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, remember, stop in and see Joe, 337 Forest Ave, Stinson Company Pawn Shop. Look him up on his website. I'll put all web links, Facebook, Instagram. I'm sure you're on all that kind of stuff.
All that stuff.
Yeah, so you can check all that out, and definitely stop in. This place is awesome. Definitely worth a trip. So thanks, guys. Hope you enjoy it. And remember, if you're going to make Maine your home, you don't have to do it alone.